earlier, it was mentioned that you would use the labels for inventory management. And one of the things that in Acumatica that we could use would be the shipments, the receiving, and the transfers of inventory. What I have here in my local system is a sample of label printing from the shipment screen and the receipt screen itself. For this demo, I have here the shipment screen opened in Acumatica. So nothing much is changed here under this transaction page. What we have added is the ability to print the label. So on the form toolbar of the shipment screen, if we click this three-dotted button, we could see that we have added a new section named Asgard label. So under this section, this is where all of the labels that would be printed from this specific screen, shipment screen, will be located. So if there are five different labels that we have created for the shipment screen, we could see 5 different labels under the Asgard label section. So the printing of the label itself is pretty straightforward. Once the data is there, so once the data of the shipment transaction is done, the user will just have to click the print button. So aside from the print button, we also have added some fields under the details tab. So we have here the print label checkboxes. What this would do is that we could select which specific details line we want printed. And then we also have here the number of labels. So once we specify this, we could print for example, we have here this con chair 1. It would only print 2 labels from this specific inventory. And for maybe three labels for this one. And for the bottle, since we didn't select the checkbox, it wouldn't print a label for that one. So once everything is ready, the user will just have to click the print button. So to emulate the printing process, I have here installed in my PC a virtual printer. Once we click this print button, all of the information that is mapped on our label will be sent to our printer, and the printer will print the label, and it will show the data of our label. Right now, it has printed some labels on a server. So right now, it has printed 5 labels. So 2 for the chair and 3 for the bottle. And if we take a look at the label itself, we could see that over here, we have some fixed values like the part number, quantity, date, code, and the values that we have mapped from Acumatica. Aside from mapping the exact value, we have turned those values into a barcode. So as you can see here, we have the barcode for the customer, part number, and the value itself. And then we have also added a data matrix and some images and logos on our label. So as long as the information that we need is within Acumatica, we could pull that information and put it on our label. We could also convert any label into a barcode, any industry-specific barcode that we want, and that barcode will show on our label as well. Let me go back to the shipment screen. So under here on the shipment screen, if you click the star icon, it would automatically put the print button on the form toolbar. And also, I have set here a setup wherein this product label would only be available if the customer is Alta Ace. So if I go to another transaction, which has a different customer, as you can see, the print button is now disabled. So we could use any data in the Acumatica. For example, we wanted only a specific status so that we could print the label. We wanted a specific location. So as long as that information is within Acumatica, we could use that as a basis for our rule. For Asgard label, we have added another workspace named Asgard label. And under this specific workspace, there are a lot of screens, but most of these screens are just there to help the user create the label. So most of these are just profiles and some setups. But the heart of our solution is the label model screen itself. So under the label model screen, we have 3 sections. We have the summary area, the details tab, and on the right side, we have a preview of our label. So on the summary area, we have the model ID and the description, which gives the unique identity of our label. And then we have the model type, the label. And then we have here the screen. So under this field, this is where we specify which screen we would like the print button to show. So for this one, we have specified shipment. That is why it is shown on the shipment screen. But if you wanted this label to show on a stock item screen or on the transfer screen, we could just select that one over here. We could also use generic inquiry screen as our screen for the label model. And then we have the format over here. So we have here predefined formats that is already in the system, but if there's a specific size that we want, we have a screen that could create the specific format that we wanted. And then we have here the template screen. Under the template screen, so this is where I usually use this one to list of all the details that I needed to see on the label. So I have specified here the customer part number, so this is just a listing of the things that I needed on my label. And once I have listed all of that information, I would go through expression screen and convert all of those as a line code on my expressions tab. So under the expressions tab, this is where we map the information. And once we have mapped the information, this is also where we specify where that information will be located on our label. So under this data element section, this is a lookup on what we wanted to see on our label. So for the barcode 2D, we have specified here that it would be a data matrix. So we just have to select it on the library of data elements that we have. If we wanted a barcode or a specific value, we just select it over here. Mappings from a specific screen, just select it over here. So once we have selected the mapping that we wanted for that specific line, we have the positioning. So we have the X and Y positioning, X as the horizontal positioning, which is 0 as the left, 100 as the rightmost part. So for the Y, we have 0 as the topmost, and 100 as the bottom part of our label. And then we could also select the specific font that we wanted to use for the specific data. And then next would be the printers tab. So under the printers tab, this is where we specify which specific user could use the specific printer. So for this one, I have specified virtual as a printer, which could only be used by admin user. So if there are any users that would like to print this one, they wouldn't be able to because they are not set. But if you want everyone to print from virtual printer, we just have to leave the user blank. And then there is the setup tab. So as mentioned earlier, this is the rule that we have specified for the label itself. That is why this label is only available for AA customer. So aside from a rule that is established for the label itself, we also have a data or value specific rule. So for example, we have here the customer part number, fixed value, and the barcode. If we wanted to have a rule wherein this part over here would only be shown when printed if ever there's a specific customer or a specific item, that would also be possible. So we could use a rule as a per value setup or as a label setup.